All right, I think we are live. Bourbon Beer and Books mid-month check-in. Case Johnston here, host of the Literally podcast. And it says you are an elderly woman behind the counter, and then it cuts off because that's a really good Pearl Jam song. Yeah, fantastic. It's our mid-month check-in. What book are we reading? What are you drinking? What is happening? OPR.
This month we are reading Remote Control, and I gotta find the author. The author is, and I probably will mess up the name. The Remote Control by Nyedi Okorafor.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Nyedi Okorafor, and it's really good so far. I'm only on chapter 2, but it's good.
When was that published? How old is that? Remote Control.
Brand new.
It is.
Yeah. It is brand new. Let me find it here.
Full disclosure, I haven't read any of these because it's your guys' show. So I just sit here and produce them, and then Sean Case and Co. Read them and discuss them. So it's fun. Who picked this one?
Lee picked this one. And so this one was published in 2021, January 19, 2021. A month ago. Yeah. So the summary is: an alien artifact turns a young girl into Death's adopted daughter in Remote Control, a thrilling sci-fi tale of community and female empowerment from Nebula and Hugo Award-winning winner Nyedi Okorafor, winner of the Audiophile Earphones Awards. And so far, I've gotten into it with that first chapter is basically this young girl, the protagonist, I think, walks into town, and everybody's scared of her because they know that she is Death's daughter. So if she's coming, it's obvious that somebody is going to go with her into his dying. So that's as far as I've gotten in. So she's not knocked on this family's home. She's invited herself in, and they're scared to death of her. So it's pretty cool. Cool premise. I can't hear you.
Check.
Now I hear you.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think here, let's try that. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, that's working now. 1 2 1 2. Okay. Let me hear you. Yeah, go ahead and say something again.
How is everybody out there? I'm guessing we probably have 3,000 people listening at the moment. If that's the truth, please go pre-order my book at toryhouse.org. There we go.
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if they can hear you. Leave a comment if you can hear a Case, I guess. So that's weird. Still don't see Sean though. I don't know where Sean. Anyway, you bought some whiskey up in Jackson. Did you go to Yellowstone?
Yeah, we went to Yellowstone last week, which was nice, but I'll never do Yellowstone like that again. We had family in town. They wanted to see everything. And so we spent most of the time in the car, and the roads were like parking lots. And so we probably spent 11 hours a day in the car driving from spot to spot. And I'll never do, that's not how I like to do. That's not how I travel. But my wife said, I'm glad we did this because you'd probably never let me see the sights if we did it your way. So that's a good thing. So we got to see all the big things that I would have rather camped or fished or rode the river or whatever it is. But we got this in Yellowstone. Wait, I can get it right.
Yeah, what's it distilled by? You said the state?
Yeah, it's still Grand Teton Distillery, distilled and aged in Grand Teton Distillery, Driggs, Idaho, and it's pretty good. It's Coulter's Run whiskey, bourbon whiskey, and it's not bad. You get it at the gift shops in Yellowstone. They had everything. They had rum. I should have got you some rum. They have rum and vodka and wine and everything that's sold by the U.S. government.
Wild. Well, it's good to know it doesn't taste like total trash.
No, it's not. It's pretty good. I mean, we bought my brother and I bought 3 bottles, and we're down to half a bottle left. So
you're doing it because you just got back. That's good.
Yeah, we did it while we were there. We just kind of, got to open our bottles, watch the Jazz game
That was
Don't talk about last night's game was awful. Brandon knows how I felt about that.
It was awful. All right, let's talk about good, happy things. Even though it was a terrible way to visit Yellowstone, what was the thing you liked most about it? Did you see some good animals? Did you have a favorite hot pot? I mean, I love that place.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful, and I hadn't been since I was a kid, so everything was pretty new to me. Those prisms were really cool. Those prism pools, those were really, really, really amazing. We hiked up to the top there where you could look down on them. That was pretty nice. But then, there were a lot of cool things to see. I just think there were so many people there that it was just so your car barely moved.
You got to go in the fringe seasons. Got to go early. So as soon as they open the gates, I think in April, or we often go in October. Back in school, and the bad thing about October is there's not as many animals out. The bears tend to be digging their dens, but spring's the best time.
I'm gonna text Sean, see where he's at.
Yeah, what the hell is he doing?
Where are you at? Where are you at?
He didn't even leave a comment on. He hasn't even seen the link to log in yet. So
maybe he thought it was 5 his time.
Mountain Standard. I don't know. You're only a chapter in? Did you say?
Yeah, I'm about chapter 2.
What's the writing styles changing? Like these newer books coming out, like what's the trend as far as styles go?
I don't know. I think this one's short, and I think that the prose is really concise. There's not a lot of fluff, not a lot of descriptive narrative, not a lot of, it's really dialogue heavy. But it feels, it feels pretty common for contemporary literature. It's a lot different than like Hemingway and some older books, but it feels very contemporary.
Well, I picked up Treasure Island while I was in Florida because I read a historical book on the pirates in the colonies, and it was a fantastic book. And then I'm like, okay, now I got to read Treasure Island. Is not easy to read. I can't believe kids read that in like junior high and high school. Like that old English and that verb, like the way he writes that and pirate talk, I can't understand half of it. It's not a long book, but it's not like, and let's just have fun and read Treasure Island real quick.
I've never even attempted it. There's so many books that everybody's read that I've never read, and that's one of them.
Yeah. I've had the book my whole life. I don't know what happened to it. And I think I started it when I was young, like junior high or high school. And I remember thinking, I have no idea what I just read. Like I have no idea what I just read. And now reading it when I'm older, I'm like, well, no wonder I hated this thing in high school. It's not that easy to read.
Yeah.
And it's such a famous book too. But
that's how I feel. I feel that way about Shakespeare. It's like, I can't understand it, and I know there are a lot of people listening to this probably that love Shakespeare to read it, but I mean, to watch it in a play or movie is totally different, because they bring it to life and you understand what they're doing because the way they say it. But to me, it's like reading a different language, and I'm like, this just doesn't work for me to read. I got 1 C in an English class in graduate school, and that was for Shakespeare because I just didn't. It doesn't work with my brain that way. Some people it's beautiful stuff, and the plays are great, but they're made to be in theater, not to be read. But high school teachers will make their students read the book, and I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, because it is not as wide as a church door or as deep as what. So, you're like, what are we referring to here?
Yeah, and it's all
memorize lines of that, and I had to ask my mom what it meant. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, that's how.
Ask me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. Okay, I'm gonna be dead by tomorrow. That's what that. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be dead by tomorrow. But you don't say it like that. You say,
no.
So I'm curious when, authors writing in 2019, 2020, 2021, if they have shortened the prose because of the attention spans and social media, and use more dialogue to move the story along faster, to sort of adapt to where we're at now.
Yeah, they might. I think that's probably pretty common for those reasons. A lot of people don't like to spend a couple paragraphs anymore reading like descriptive narrative. I read a book by a friend of mine that I think I would say 95% of it was dialogue, just back and forth for 250 pages. But you're probably right. I mean, these books, nobody's writing in iambic pentameter anymore, but if you look at the way, I think with contemporary authors, especially with the big five, with the New York publishing houses, like if you read the really popular stuff, that language is really dumbed down. It's really dumbed down. Like the most popular books, like the Dan Browns or what's that guy who puts out 3 books a year, but has a staff of 75 people? What's his name? What is his name?
Oh, I don't know. We just heard from Dory. Man. All the dinging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the is though.
With ghostwriters, right? Or like.
Yeah. What's his name? Patterson or whatever.
Yeah.
And that language is really simple. Like the most popular stuff has the most simple language for sure, because they want to reach the largest audience.
Yeah,
so they will dumb down, or they'll really dumb down their prose. But this isn't that way. This book we're reading is really smart, but it is nice. Remote control. I don't know where Sean is though, and I gotta go. I gotta leave in 33 minutes.
Yeah, so you've got a busy night lined up, which is good.
Yeah, we're heading to OPR. Anybody out there who wants to come to Ogden Pub Runners, please join us. Our numbers are small after the pandemic and everything, and I think it's kind of good. Get to know friends better, newer friends.
I saw a check-in from out of town. Was there a group running in Mexico somewhere?
Yeah, they were I think they were just down there vacationing and took their shirts, which is cool.
Great. That's great.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Because your total number of registered OPR is pretty big, but after the pandemic, the people coming back it's dwindled. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's dwindled quite a bit, and I think since I was really conservative of not coming back with COVID, a lot of other people started running groups on Thursday night to fill the gap. And so there are multiple other running groups on Thursday night because I wasn't willing to bring everybody back before May.
What's up with Thursday nights? That's the night? You can't have a running group unless it's on a Thursday?
I guess so, but yeah, so I wasn't willing to bring everybody back yet until like the state said it was okay. And because our numbers could tend to be, they can get up to 70 to 80 people. And that wasn't even legal for most of the year. And so a lot of people started other groups, and that's fine. Plenty of places to run.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Huh. Wild.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this
all
might
right,
be a check-in. Everybody knows what we're reading. Remote Control. We will have the podcast the first Tuesday in July, and we'll chat about the book. Casey's got to finish reading it. I famously don't read these. I'd love to read them though, so maybe I got time. I can order it and buzz through it real quick.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. It's a short one.
Okay.
And we're coming up. We'll have we'll release last month. What we do we have Jaws? Jaws?
Yeah, we got. Yeah. No, that's out. I thought that was out there. Was that not out there yet? Jaws, and then
Jaws, and then Rama.
Yeah. That one was less exciting.
Yeah, it was much less exciting. Jaws was fun. Jaws was a lot of fun. So look forward to that on Banyan Collective / literally. We'll put that out there.
All the places.
And Paisley Rechdale too. She'll be upcoming for the Literally podcast. And then we're scheduled for like the next 4 months of books with the Literally podcast, which is great.
When's the next recording? Next week?
No, we'll do it July.
We'll do it in July. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's key. I like that schedule. Just one literally book and one BB&B.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot to read. It's hard to do any more than that.
Okay, we'll have fun at OPR tonight. Missed our crew. We'll catch you in July.
All right. I'll see you guys later. See you, Brandon.
All right, man. Take care. That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Beer and Books mid-month check-in, and join us please in the July. It's usually the first Tuesday of each month, so we'll see you.